Yeah.
Well, what's your take on pronouncements by the Homa Bay Senator Moses Kajwang? Actually, he said that in as much as Homa Bay residents, or rather that entire voting bloc, voted for Azimio
Yes.
almost to a man, it is within their right to receive all these kind of development projects just like any other part of the country, because the residents there are citizens of this country who also pay tax like any other person, and therefore nothing should be denied. Actually, they shouldn't be denied any kind of stuff just because they did not vote for the president.
That's correct. That's the way it should be. Yeah.
A number of people are saying here that the president went there with a number of goodies, and but in a bid to see if at all he can actually try to pacify the region, and of course see if these people will actually pay back in 2027. Do you?
My usual Saturday video, I've addressed this issue, and I've said the president has nothing to give to anybody. So why people should be bending backwards to please the president to give them things, I have no idea. Yeah. He has nothing to give to anybody. What does the president have to give? Go play that video and check. I said clearly, the president has nothing to give anybody.
But what about, then tell us something about the goodies, the projects. In fact, talked about opening a new pier for them, their modern markets, and a lot of projects actually which were promised by the president.
Forget about it. You know what I'm trying to say? Kibaki got us away from that thing, that village way of turning the president into a village chief. That is, the president has nothing to give.
So definitely he's
the president has no projects to give to anybody.
Do you then agree with people who are saying that the president is just doing what is expected of him?
The president will do his job, and none of which is to give people projects. Yes. The only way the president can bring a project to the country is a vision, say on transport, and say we want to move away from metered gauge to standard gauge railway. We want to connect Mombasa to Kisumu, Malaba, through Eldoret. We want to link this thing all the way to DRC, to open up trade between Kenya, Uganda, and DRC, and Rwanda, and those countries. That sort of big vision, that's the kind of project that a president can give a country. A big vision. We want to have an expressway between Nairobi and Kisumu for people who will be paying. And these are the reasons. And I'm looking for partners. I don't want this money to come from Kenyans. Along the lines of the expressway between Jomo Kenyatta and whatever it's going. Although it has a few issues. A vision for the country. A visionary project. Those are the sort of things the president can give people. But not a village road from Lombe to Jabrok. Yeah.
Well, then now,
he doesn't have the powers. It's not within his range or responsibility. There's none like that. So to go and ask the president to give you something is to be so cheap that even to call you a leader is a waste of time.
I was having some conversation with a number of friends, and actually this is what they were saying. Some of them, of course, who hail from that part of the country. And one of them here is saying here that the message from Homa Bay is one that we are ready and willing to advance a kind of politics that fulfills our strategic interest, engage based on our collective needs for better roads and housing, water services, education, health, employment, and wealth creation. No more room for barren politics of cultism and hero worshipping. Just as it was prudent to engage the national government during the handshake, so shall it remain prudent to do so now. Does it mean that the entire Luo, because as this person here suggests, is that these people have decided that let's go this way, let us not listen to one specific person. Of course, here, when he mentions about terrorism, then he refers to Right Honorable Raila Odinga
Yes.
for guidance and everything. So, does it mean that the region has woken up, or does this person just confine this kind of opinion to himself?
That man is just having his own opinion, which could sometimes be juvenile hallucinations. You cannot divorce politics from development. The two work hand in hand. You know, you cannot tell people you want to be on your knees. I'll give you food, but you must be on your knees. You know, there's something like dignity. If the Luo people feel they want to occupy a certain space and play politics in this country in a certain manner, nobody should stop them from doing so because it will be cultism. Nobody should stop them from doing so because then they will not get development. Because that's what that man seems to be directing his thinking, which is not even thinking at all. Thinking is a misnomer. I've already told you the president has nothing to give anybody. Zero. If you look at the constitution, the only thing, and I'm inviting you to go play that video, my Saturday video. The only thing the president can give you, and you can even go on your knees to get, either as an individual or as a community or as a group of persons, is the power of mercy. The power, the government, the president has enormous power to even stop your case perhaps from going on. To have you released temporarily or even forever. To pardon you. Even if you've been sentenced to die, the president can say go home. That you can go and kneel to the president. Huyu mtoto ni wetu. Amebadilika. Alifanya kimakosa. Samea please baba wa taifa. That you can do to the president. But, you know, you make professionals look at politicians and think they are just too stupid. Because let's say you want a road, which you're asking the president to give you from point A to point B. But people of Kenya Rural Roads Authority, have all those things programmed. So when they hear you going to the president, they are wondering, where these guys are going the wrong place. If it is a question of a health center being promoted, a dispensary, a health center, if you go to the Minister of Health, even at the county level, they have all those things programmed and planned and for expansion. So your role is not to ask the president. Your role is to see at what stage is this project. Why is it taking long to be implemented? Why is power not being supplied under REA, Rural Electrification Authority? Why is it not going to a dispensary? Then you realize the money that would have gone to the dispensary is spent, like I'm saying in that video, is spent replacing stolen, vandalized transformers. So the leaders of that area should find out, how do we stop that hemorrhage? The guys who install transformers put the transformers in the wrong place so that they may be stolen. Now as a leader, you work with the community and have transformers perhaps put in strategic places where people can ensure they are protected from theft. And that money that is being used would now be directed to supplying electricity where it is according to the programs. Come on, not to go and beg somebody. Begging is not
no, Prof, you've always held this kind of assertion that you cannot woo, or rather the Luos, and get their votes without passing through the influence, or rather, of Raila Odinga. Do you still hold that piece up now?
That's what I've said. Politics is very crucial in everything, including development.
So do you then disagree?
And people have their own leaders. And I think unless something changes going forward, up to now Raila is still a very revered leader among the Luo people and many other Kenyans. So to think you can merely wish Raila away because you have thrown a dispensary there, a small cattle dip there, and a small village road from of 2 million shillings. It's to be naive to the extreme.
So this idea of the people have decided is neither here nor there.
That's not there.
Finally, Gerald
It's
Bito.
the leaders who can turn themselves into children.
Gerald Bitok actually says that for him, what happened in Homa Bay is a proof that Ruto can work with the Luenyans regardless of involvement of Raila or not. Do you not also buy the idea of Gerald Bitok?
It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. That is wishful thinking. Yeah, he should not scare people. If people are happy to receive their president and celebrate him and forget the past, why would small people like Bitok, try to make people change their mind? Because people can tell Ruto next time he goes, go home, don't come here. But people are happy to be with their president. So don't start trouble among the people.
Right now, Bitok is a big man.
These are small boys.
We hope he's also watching as well. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen.
But you know he's my friend. So
Yeah, I know.
I can only talk like that because he's my friend.
You know Gerald Bitok.
If he was not my friend, I'm not saying that. You can sue
He's a
me.
very good friend of yours.
Yes.
Definitely, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it from Professor Herman Manyora himself. And he, of course, I'm also inviting you to go watch his video, the one that he did on Saturday, a specific exclusive edition on whatever it is that took place in Homa Bay, and the entire Luenyans, when the president went there to pay a courtesy call to the voters and the citizens of that part of the country. Well, till we have this conversation again, have yourself a very lovely day. My name is Evans.
Okay.